looking at? Do you want your 808s to sound super fire? Like, are yours not hitting? I know just what to do, dog. Do your 808s sound like this? Do you want them to sound like this? Then cop the whip up drum kit. Nah, but in all seriousness, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my tips to make your 808s hit harder. I'm going to be going over a couple different things and a couple different ways to do things. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so first things first, before I get into the video, there is no green screen, and I am in the bottom left instead of the bottom right. That is because I'm in the process of moving out, so I apologize for that. And that will be back as soon as possible. Before I get any further in this video, the first thing I want to cover is tuning your 808s. Now, there's a million videos about this, but I'm just going to include it just for convenience. So I'm going to find an 808 that is not tuned properly, and I'm going to get right back. Okay, so this 808 is kind of like a elongated Zay 808. It's kind of like the Mexico Joe 808, and it is not in tune. So if I go on the keyboard and click C5, it is not playing C5. And what's going to happen is when you make a melody and you use the root notes to use the 808s, it's going to sound out. And a lot of people are doing that because they don't realize that the 808 is not in key. So the way that I prefer to do this is my way. I right click, right? You go to edit an audio editor, and in an FL11 it just says edit, and you're going to click this thing right here. It's the regions tool. You're going to go regions, detect pitch regions. Boom. It says it's a D. So we're going to go over here to the keyboard, and we're going to right-click D. And now, if we play C, it's going to play C. So the first thing I want to go over is how to make your short 808, your Zay 808, your plug 808 sound better, and what I like to do for it. And there's a couple different ways that I like to do this, so I'm going to show you both of them. So the first thing is using the pre-computed effects or the legacy effects in either FL11 or FL20. If you're an FL12 user, I'm sorry, there's really no way you can do this. I could show you a couple workarounds, but you really got to either have FL20 or FL11. So you're going to go over here or down in FL11, and you're going to go over to boost, and you're going to turn up the boost, and as you can hear, it's going to make it hit a lot harder. But the thing I like to do is I like to turn it out a little bit, trim it up, and that's how I like to do it. And then you can also add this a little bit of reverb, which you can either do A or B. A sounds like that, but B is really better. It kind of stereoizes it and makes it just cooler. So that is how I like to make my Zay 808 sound better. Now, the next thing I'm going to go over is how to get that trendy, hard-hitting spins 808, and it's the same exact way, but there is a couple other things you can do to make the sound even better. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your out knob up or out about halfway, right? So now it's like a short and spins 808, and you're going to go over here to boost, and you're going to go like this. And there you go. That's that hard-hitting spins 808 that everybody loves. All right, now I'm going to show you guys some of my EQing tricks for 808s. So we have another instance here of the Zay 808, just a simple one, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it sound a lot better. So I'm going to just put a pattern here and have it just play, so I can just use this as reference. Open up an EQ, right? You're going to drag this 2 over, and you're going to drag it till you reach about 60 hertz. Then you're going to go over here and drag it up. Then you're going to take this knob right here and turn it up to, or turn it down, my bad. And then turn this up. Make it a little bit wider. Turn it up a little bit more. And then take 7, drag it to the right, and turn it up a little bit. So now what this does is it takes like that kick part right here that everybody loves in the Zay 808, like this part right here, and that frequency, it's going to boost that frequency, right? And it's going to make it sound so much harder. And then this is bringing in some of those high ends, so it cuts through your mix and gives it that modern feel that a lot of the best producers are doing right now. And we'll do it before and after. So this is what it sounds like before, and this is what it sounds like after. Got way more punch, way more boost, and just a whole lot better. The next thing I want to go over is distortion and what kind of distortion I like to add, because distortion is still pretty relevant and it's used in a lot of your favorite 808s. So I like to use Fruity Fast Distort. There's a lot of other ways you could add distortion. You could use wave shaper, you could use really anything, camel crusher, sausage fattener, but this is the way I like to do it. So I'm going to right click this arrow over here, and I'm going to go to some oomph, and I'm going to turn it down to about half. And it gives it that modern feel that everybody loves. So that's what I do for distortion. Some other quick tips are if your 808 is muddy and it is spilling over into a pattern when the 808 has disappeared, just say you have an 808 pattern, and what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to the volume tab, and you're going to click envelope on, turn the attack down, the hold up, the decay down, the sustain down, and the release down. So now you're going to be able to use this to drag the note to see how long it lasts. So if I drag it here, it's going to cut off right after it ends. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put a note in front of where it ends and click Control L to add them to fill them out to each other. And then boom, you're going to go over here, make sure cut itself is on, and this is what it sounds like. There's no muddiness, and it's just clipped perfectly. That's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Make sure to follow my socials down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.